Hello everyone and welcome back to Below the Belt. Welcome if it's your first time. This is the channel where I talk honestly about erectile dysfunction, men's health and everything I've learned the hard way through personal experience. I'm on a real roll now with these videos as more ideas are coming to me about our situation and what causes it and what can be done about it. Today I want to talk about the impact of antidepressants, especially selective serotonin reuptake inhibitors or SSRIs, on sexual health, emotional connection and long-term well-being. This is something that affects far more men than we often realize, and very few of us are properly warned about it. I recently had a conversation with a friend who had been struggling with erectile dysfunction for 10 years. He never made the connection to his SSRI prescription until I casually mentioned it during a men's circle. He pulled me up on it afterwards, saying, "Why did no one tell me about this?" Since discontinuing SSRIs and managing his depression and ADHD with psychedelics, he has now recovered his sexual function. It had got to the point where his now wife, during their early dating phase, was ready to leave him because he couldn't perform. Sadly, some men never recover, even after stopping the medication. For me personally, I was on SSRIs, fluoxetine in particular, that's Prozac, in my 20s, my late 20s admittedly, but still my 20s, so very young. I didn't experience ED at the time, erectile dysfunction, but my sex drive was more or less completely crushed. I had a loving girlfriend and she would sometimes cry, genuinely believing I didn't want her. I did enjoy sex with her when it happened, but I had zero desire to initiate it. Even worse, the SSRIs caused something harder to explain. They flattened my emotions. I felt distant, numb, and stopped expressing love or affection the way I normally would. What SSRIs are known to do? SSRIs, Selective Serotonin Reuptake Inhibitors, are some of the most commonly prescribed medications for depression, but they're also notoriously linked to sexual side effects, and in many cases, those side effects are either downplayed or never discussed at all. Common SSRI related sexual side effects include reduced libido, erectile dysfunction, delayed or absent orgasm, anorgasmia, genital numbness, emotional blunting, even the inability to fall in love. What the long-term risks? PSSD. In some cases, these effects don't go away even after stopping the medication. That is now recognized as Post-SSRI Sexual Dysfunction, PSSD, a condition where sexual function remains disrupted long after discontinuation. Symptoms of PSSD may include ongoing erectile issues, genital numbness, persistent low libido, emotional detachment. And yes, this is real, even though many doctors don't mention it. Studies and case reports have confirmed that some people never recover or take years to feel normal again. Why we're not told? Most people aren't warned about these risks when they start SSRIs. A big reason is that doctors themselves may not fully understand the long-term effects, or they assume the benefits outweigh the costs. But having no sex drive, struggling with erectile dysfunction, feeling emotionally numb, these things don't help depression. They often make it worse. I see SSRIs as a sticky plaster solution. They can help in extreme cases, but they are not a fix. We need to be more honest about the full picture when deciding to use them. So where do I stand now? I'm not anti-medication. Sometimes SSRIs are life-saving. They serve a purpose. But the pros and cons need to be weighed properly, and people deserved informed consent. If I had been told what I know now, I'd have made very different decisions back then. These side effects can damage relationships, lower self-worth, and disconnect you from the people you love. If you've had a similar experience, whether it's ED, erectile dysfunction, loss of desire, or emotional numbness from antidepressants, know that you are not alone. Please feel free to share your journey in the comments. It could help someone else feel seen and supported. If this video resonated with you, please give it a like and consider subscribing to Below the Belt for more raw, honest content on men's mental health, ED, and emotional recovery. We need to be having these conversations, and I'm glad you're here. So for now, so long from Below the Belt.